Hello, hello. Hello, folks. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Ches. Hello, Sylvian the Gamer. Sylvain the Gamer. Hello, Ayuna Shikyo. God damn it, I can't read today. Give me a second, folks, while I munch on this really quick. So I'm uber hungry. That did not cook all the way through. I'm so upset. I have been cursed. How could this happen? Yeah, that is most definitely cold in the middle. I have been cursed. Wow. I'm so upset. That is a travesty. I was so excited too. Hello, Anil. Anil? Oni? I can't tell if that's an L or an I in there. Regardless, though, welcome to the stream. Anil. Oh my goodness. Yippee! Doodling together. I'm doing some Artfight prep right now today. So what we're gonna do, since most of my references have been completed, I don't know if I'm gonna update any or put in a new character before Artfight starts. Who's to say? If the inspiration strikes, it strikes, you know? But today we're actually gonna be spiffing up the Artfight profile, so I'm going to be making borders for my characters for people to identify them from afar. So we're gonna be working on borders for my D&D characters, borders for my, like, Doctor Who, and then my, you know, external OCs who aren't connected with anything. What are you eating? Masubi. It was technically leftovers from yesterday, so I reheated it. It did not heat up all the way, and I'm thoroughly upset, even though it's still good. But man, it's cold. It's still so cold. I don't think the borders should take us too long. So I think if we finish up a little early, I might go back and see if there's any like little sketches I want to flesh out a little more to add to the character references. So we'll see. But either way, today's gonna be just a chill stream where we just chillin'. right? Just some prep, finishing up the last of the stuff, because the second Artfight announces the team theme, I will be working to give my current Witch Bun Sona an alternate outfit to match with the team that I pick for the year. That is my goal. That is my utmost goal. And I have, what, a week? A week to do my final little preparations, so that way the second that team theme is revealed, I can immediately get to work on making my profile, you know, team accurate. I can't wait for the team reveal. It's my first year. Yeah, it's super exciting. The second they drop the team reveal, they also drop, like, the little hit list profile that you can fill out, and then a bunch of people are... First of all, the Artfight community is insane, because this, like, literally hours within the team reveal, if not an hour, there's immediately a whole bunch of borders and stuff that you can use to customize your profile immediately dropped by the community. They are uber fast on that shit. It's so funny. Let me move my tablet. I wonder what they'll look like. It honestly depends on the person. I've seen so many really cute, like, pixel ones. I've seen... Hold on. The borders that I found last year, and I use for my, like, attacks and stuff, because it also helps me visualize which attacks were from which year. Hold on. The one I used last year for fossils... Dun dun dun, was this one. I really like this one. I think this one's super cute. Hold on. What was the one that I used for Stardust the year prior? I have to verify because it looks like I saved multiple. It was that one. So let's go over here. So, and then I use this one for Stardust. So I'm very excited. Can I change the... It's a little pixely. We'll figure it out. Alright, I'm almost done with this and then we can start working on that. Last fight. All right. Oh my god, there's a fly. I'm being attacked. Alright. Ah, that was a nice snack. I needed that. I was so hungry. I wish I could have joined last year because I definitely would have picked fossils. I love me some dinos, and my husband loves dinos. I had to pick fossils. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had to pick fossils. It was the same with the year prior, too. Because my whole thing with my Artsona is literally like starry night sky shit. I had to pick Stardust. Like the choices were so easy. All right. Let's work on the D&D one because that one is pretty easy. But first I need to grab a D20 dice because I can't draw that off the top of my head. Got all my Artfight prep done. Very nice, very nice. I love to hear it. Oops. Alright, we're going to... do that so that I could see more of the stuff. Hello, Cynthia! Alright, we're gonna flip the dice. Because I don't want it facing that direction. I want it facing the other direction. Flip. See, I never know what it's like for people who join after the event and they get a randomizer, because I've made it my mission to literally be there on the day of it dropping, just so I could pick my team. I think that should be good. I don't want it to be too big, because I still want people to be able to see the characters. This should be good, I think. Methinks. Yeah, we're going to apply that transformation. I'm gonna hide this so I can see the dice, and we're gonna go over the dice so that way I have the structure of it. Because your girl can't freehand dice right now. Your girl's bad at math, and that includes geometry. Let's just do the... oh, oops. How do you make OC randomizers? That's a good question. I keep seeing them. I keep seeing the little, like, click for a character gotcha thing. And I kind of want to do it real bad, because, like, it's so cute, right? It's such a funny little feature. And it's so useful, too, because some people don't know what characters to pick all the time. I don't know... hold on. There might be an easy, like, answer to this one. Let me just... okay. Because it has to involve a URL. It has to. There's a thread here. Sorry, now I have to know the answer, folks, so I'm looking at it really quick. Let's see. Hold on. Ooh, I think I found it. Okay. Yeah, so essentially, you find a site that hosts the links, and you put in the URLs of those links, of those images, or sorry, not the images, the character profiles, and you put the amount in, and it'll basically make it into a GIF, but a GIF of URLs. Is what I'm seeing. This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, hold on. I found a... Hold on. I wanted to verify that this site was actually, like, the actual site. I'm gonna post it in chat. Oh, shit. I'm gonna post it in chat. This is the site that I saw someone recommend on an Artfight thread. In Toy House. Why is it doing that? Is that... That's a weird way to post it, but sure. But that basically leads to the site that has the URL rotator thing. But yeah. I don't know why it's posting it like that. That's super weird. But that's what I found. That's super cool. Actually, hold on. Better idea, so that way it doesn't look like I'm posting a spam thread. I'm gonna post the... Here we go. I'm gonna post the forum so you guys can read it yourselves and check it out. And it looks less like a spam link. There we go. I hope that helps. Alright, back to the dice. Oh! Oh my goodness, someone joined the horde. Oh yes, because these ones would also... What kind of effect do I want to have for this dice? Here, let's do this. Let's go under and select the dice. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't put your character images, you would put your character profile. So you would just click on the profile of the character and then copy the URL for that. Because then it will send the whoever clicks on it to that character's profile. I'll probably add one onto my profile too, just because they're super cute. I just think it's so funny. let's... Oh, I'm such a silly goose. I forgot I rotated this little guy. There we go. And then we're gonna make the edges thinner. Do you stream regularly? I do. So for my streams, I usually stream art streams. Normally, we're not counting Artfight. Artfight is gonna have a completely different schedule. Regularly, I stream twice a week on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays. That's usually when I'm gaming. And then every Saturday is an art stream. Now, for the month of Artfight, the schedule is going to be drastically different. It's going to be literally mostly art streams, if not literally all art streams for the entire month. I think I might do like maybe one gaming stream a week on Twitch, probably on a Monday, maybe. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to game, is the thing I'm trying to figure out. But for the month of Artfight in July, there is going to be definitely still the Saturday streams. I'm thinking of also adding Wednesday and Friday. So that way, you know, it's still my same schedule, but it's just all art streams on YouTube. We'll see. Yeah, no problem. Alright. To hide this. Aha! Okay. Now what else should I do for the... Oh. Oop. Oopsie daisy, why are you doing that? Hold up. There we go. It was just really, really big. Let me grab this. Actually, I'm so silly. I can literally just do that. Okay. Whoops. Your stream is so good and so calming and good for background noise while drawing. Thank you. Yeah, I really like these calm art streams because then we all just get to chill out together. What do I do after I fill in the characters on the random? I believe it should give you the URL. That's a GIF, right? It should give you that. So at this point, you've just got to decide what you want your little gotcha thing to look like and then have an image for it. So once you put that image on your profile, once you put the image that you want for people to click on, for it to do the gotcha thing, you're going to, I believe, off the top of my head, you're going to click on the image. You should be able to link a URL to it, so that when it gets clicked, it goes to that URL. If I'm remembering this correctly off the top of my head. Alright. We're going to trust the process, chat. I have an idea. We're gonna see if it works. It's fine if it doesn't, but I would really like it to work out the way I see it in my brain space. Put that dragon there. Sketch this out really quick so that way I can make sure that it's gonna look the way I want. Obviously the fire has to go because it's like covering the important part of the character. Which sucks because the fire kind of makes it really cute. Unless I do like a little tiny fire, you know? Do we see the vision? I need to look at this. Do I want to commit to the dragon? Do I want the dragon to have its mitts on the dice? Maybe that would give it like a... Can you tell I've never done one of these, chat? I just don't. I'm trying to make sure this like shows off the character while still having a nice border that like you could easily look at it and be like, oh, this must be a Dungeons and Dragons character, right? We'll keep the dragon as concept 1. What's another thing I could do? I could also add another dice in this corner. Ooh, actually, no, hold on. Pause. We'll put the dice up here, right? Down here... Hold on. This will make sense in a second. I just need to look at it to see what it looks like. Like maybe like a D&D character sheet in the corner. Maybe... sword? That might... Hold on. I can literally just circle this and then move it. We're gonna move this to the side really quick because I want to make sure this fits nicely. So we could have a sword. Swords are a classic, right? Who doesn't love a good old sword? We're just gonna make it a very, very basic sword. I can make it semi-fancy later. I just want to make sure this layout will work enough and like... Maybe another dice right here. This side looks a little empty. Okay, okay, it's coming together, it's coming together. Oh, which by the way, chat, whenever stream is done and I have enough of these finished, I will be putting them together in a folder that's downloadable on my Ko-fi. And they will be free, by the way. So you guys can also use these for your characters if you want to give them a little cute, like, thing, you know? Maybe a staff as well. I don't want the staff to get cut off, because I was thinking, like, maybe right here. Because the thing about a border is I think you have to really balance, like, making the border and also still showing the character in the middle. Which, speaking of, I might want to make that sword just a little smaller. It's taking up a little room. Yeah, because I'm trying to keep it contained into, like, a specific, like, ratio. Which is a little hard, because I don't usually do these. And I'm having a whole new appreciation for the people that literally, like, spam this at the beginning of the year. Like, oh my goodness. Let's see. What's another thing we can put? We've included the dice. We've put the character sheets. Maybe a potion? Do we think a potion would be cute here? Healing potions are pretty essential. Potion. Trying to think. What's another thing we can add? We've put in the dice, the sheet, the sword, a potion. I could either fit another potion or more dice into this space. Folded, but there's not enough room for that because it just... I'll put another potion. And then, to round it off, I'm gonna add some more dice. Because it feels weird that there's dice at this side, but not on this other side. I have a D3 on there, I've got a D6 on there. Maybe is this one the D8? I think so. That one's a little hard to do. Hold on, I could do this a little better. And this is why we have references, folks. Because you never know what dice will absolutely drive you crazy. Okay. Alright, and then why not add just a little bit of gold? Because adventurers always looking for that coin. Going to lower this section. I'll lift this just a wee bit up. I think I see the vision. Although, I will say, this tiny canvas is driving me a little crazy. So, I think what we're going to do, this might also just be better for our resolution anyway. I'm going to make a new canvas. Actually, first I'm going to see how big this canvas is in the first place. Okay, so this is 200 by 200. So, we'll make a new canvas. We'll say 1,000 by 1,000. And then we're going to, I highly recommend this just period for any like process. Because then it's a lot easier to scale something down than it is to scale it up. Right. This is also just going to make our process just a wee bit easier. Alright, we're going to grab that. And then this might pixelate horribly, we'll see. Just a little bit, just a wee bit. And that is why we scale down. You see that? Look at all that fuzziness. Which program do you use? I prefer using Clip Studio Paint. That's my program of choice. I love me Clip Studio. Okay, we're just gonna have infinity here for references so I can see how it looks with a character's image. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we're gonna take this border. Move this to the side. Alright. Alright, let's sketch this out now. Alright. Hair is always rough. I highly recommend separating out into sections if it's giving you trouble. Clarified. So, okay, hold on. Now I have to walk through this myself because I need to see this. So, what you're gonna do is, have you decided what you're going to use as the image you want people to click on? Well, do you have like a little image in mind? Do you want people to click on like a little gachapon? Like, you could draw it yourself. Or you can just, you know, take your profile picture and put it on there too, you know? You just need something for people to click. Yeah, Artfight usually uses like a lot of like URLs for you to post your things. I almost dropped the cookie. So when you make a drawing, I believe I brought it up during my Artfight guide video. You can use a website that hosts the image, so that way it makes a permanent URL. You would submit the image into that. The one I use is image2, the number 2, URL, .com. I should have... Yeah, that should be the correct one. You basically just import your image into the site, and it gives you a URL. You'll copy that. You'll put it into Artfight. There should be a little, like, button that looks like a picture that you click, and then you input a URL, and it pastes that into your profile. And then once you have that, you click it, and you should be able to link it to an external URL. Thankfully, they've made the process a whole lot easier with this new HTML update. It's amazing. We're softening all these edges just so they look a little more playable. Did I never grab the bottom numbers? I don't think I did. There we go. Alright, now it's time to draw a sword. I'm going to grab a proper reference for this. I'm very bad at drawing swords from my mind's eye. need to actually see a sword. All I need is a simple sword, really. Just a regular ass sword. Here we go. Okay, we're going to use the symmetry tool for this. Starting with the handle. Little gem. Hello, NNN! Welcome to the stream! Sorry, I didn't say anything, I was looking at a reference. Okay, we're going to do the circle around this. Alright, we're gonna be drawing more dice, folks. Pray for me. I'm gonna need it. This dice hurts me. Ooh, I love and hate dice. Love and hate dice. Hate dice. Maybe that reference is a little better. Hold on. Are we allowed to share our Artfight profiles here? I'm trying to think. I think that should be fine. Yeah, I think that should be fine. I think I had people do that last year too. Yeah, if I don't say anything, it's because I'm looking at references, so I check chat every now and then. These dice are giving me a headache. Right. Back to the dice now. This specific one? Despise. Why is this so... Your audio perspective. I need to like directly see what the is going on. Tell me your secrets, dice. Why aren't you working? Oh, I guess I had it right. It's just that dice just looks super f***ing weird. Okay. Goodness gracious. That's so silly. That dice just looks weird. This dude. let's... I think the next one I was gonna do was this one here. This one has such a funky shape. I love it. One, four, oh no, my dice. Love that one like that. Alright, up next is the potion. We're gonna use another symmetry tool for... Oh, that's the text tool. Here we go. I'm gonna use another symmetry tool for that because I need to play around with the shapes. Bottle. There we go. Alright, finally, we are on the last part. The D&D character sheet. Character? I don't know how to say it. But the character sheet. Okay, we're gonna take a good look at the iconic one. Now, we're going to... make sure I get my ratios right. How big do I want it? I want enough to show all the, like, the iconic stuff, so when you see it, it's like, oh my god, that's a character sheet. I think that should be good. Perspective. Oh, I have to do that again. Perspective. So I had the from 8 OCs to 47. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'll ever fill up the character limit. I don't think I will. I don't know. Cause I'm always like, I don't want to add too many. Cause I feel like I already have a lot of characters, especially because I added some more this year. I don't know. Just feels like a lot. shit, that's right. Try this again. Oh, the claw's all the way over here. I'll fix this later. I need to go in and clean up the line tool. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Let's... Well, I forgot to save this. New folder. There we go. And we're going to grab all these guys. And we're going to fill them in with a color. Oops. Nope, sorry. We're gonna make it. Why are there two lonesome coins? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna make a little bit of adjustments. First, I'm gonna change that dice because I feel like it needs a little bit more space. There we go. Aha! It's looking cute! There we go. Oh, you know, you're gonna put the... I'm referring to the image you're gonna use as the gachapon. You're gonna put it in your Artfight profile. you're just gonna click the add image button and then just copy paste the URL for the one that's gonna be the gachapon, essentially. You can put in your Artfight profile. And then once it's in, you click it, and it should have a button that says link URL. And that's where you're gonna put the URL for the randomizer thing it gave you. Alright. First. There we go. And I'm gonna make the background a different color so I know this page. There we go. So I know that this page down here actually got its color. I'm going to do the lightest of grays. Maybe a little bit lighter. There we go. That really brings together the character sheet look. Okay, we're gonna sharpen some of these edges with the white. a nice red for the dice. Okay. Ooh. I forgot this one was the only one that I hadn't put on the numbers yet. There we go. Alright, we just need to do the potion bottle. What do people typically use for potion color? Oh, sorry, I should make it red for like a health potion. spiffy it up in a second. I gotta start messing around with this kind of stuff more often. You figured it out? Nice! Good, good. Okay, let's see this. Okay. This bottle's gonna be the end of me. Bye, Yuna. Thanks for coming in. Glass is very annoying. That's ultimately what's making me very, very struggled right now. You know what? We'll go with that. All that glitters is gold. Shiny, shiny gold. Is your playlist all game music? Yeah. Only because Big Papa YouTube doesn't like it when you play, like, different music. Right, let's color the... Actually, first. How late is it for you? It's not that late. It's like 5 o'clock. View it, go web. There we go. My stream decoration? Oh, you're good. I usually have everything like starry themed because I like space. Oh, whoops. Wrong layer. There we go. Mm-mm-mm-mm. There we go. Now we can go back to the lines. How many borders are you planning to do? Good question. This one took me a little longer than I anticipated. But in general, I want to get one done. This one's for my D&D OCs. I want to get one done for my Doctor Who OCs, which I have a rough idea of that one. That one shouldn't be too crazy. But for my Doctor Who OCs, and then the last one, I'm not quite sure how I want to do it. I want one for my general OCs who aren't like tied to anything specific, because I have a few OCs that I added this year who have their own stories and stuff, but they don't have like any other affiliation. Like, they're not Dungeons and Dragons OCs. They're not for like a TV property. I also have my Sonas, which are, you know, a little different. So for that one, I don't know how I'm going to separate them, but I know I want something to identify them. Hello, Ches! Okay. And then now we're gonna go in. Do you have specific thumbnails made for every character? It's just their character profile. I haven't done any, like, the silly doodles for my characters. I thought about doing it. I might. It just depends on how much time I have. How many years have I participated? This will be number 3. This will be my 3rd year this year. Alright. Alright, and then let's... no, actually first. Yeah, it'll need to be white for them to stand out. Oops, there we go. Going to outline selection. I think that's good. And then make some adjustments because the potion is just falling off enough of the outline. Move this coin a little in. Alright. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for our first border. Now, we just have to see what's actually going to look like in the Artfight thing. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to make this a transparent. Make sure everything's good. We're going to export this. Border. Alright. Let me see if I just upload it like this, but I'm pretty sure I have to change the ratio size to 200 by 200. I'm pretty sure that's the maximum for Artfight borders, but let's see if I can just grab it as is and it'll resize it in Artfight. So we're gonna go over to my sweet baby Nora. Edit. Which is... I have to resubmit the picture. Rawr. Okay. Hold on. Alright, now I can finally grab the border. Sorry, I'm playing around with the thumbnail thing because I'm trying to see what size I need it to be. I'm trying to like resize it and then play around with that. Hold on. Can I... I think it looks good from a distance, though. The only thing is, I think I took too much area. I think I made it should have made like a little bit slimmer, but at the same time, with all the stuff that I added, I'm like, you know. I think we'll just do... Yeah, we'll just do that for now. Oh, that's right, you need a main image. Okay, cool. I love it, love it, love it. I love having 5 bajillion steps. Did I do this right? I did! Yeah! Sick! Okay, that looks pretty cool. Very, very nice. I'll update the rest of them later, but I just want to figure out Nora's and then we can move on to the Doctor Who OCs. That's so cute. There are some things I have to tweak because I have to add an extra image in order for it to be seen, but that's fine. That's just how it be, honestly. Honestly. I can take out this one because it's a duplicate of the other one. There we go. Yeah. Why is that? Oh, I was wondering why it opened up her old art. There we go. Okay, I got it all sorted. Okay. Before we continue, I'm going to take a real quick break so that way I can get some water. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I shall return. I'm back. And with water.
Hello, Kiwi.
I've come back with water for hydration. Also, you're good, Kiwi. I started stream earlier today, so that way, you know, I could end it a little earlier tonight so I can go get food. Because I gotta make myself a proper dinner. Alright. We're on to the Doctor Who border. So, I think I have an idea for what I want to do for this one. I definitely want the TARDIS in the corner. So let's grab the TARDIS. I want a nice angle of the TARDIS. We'll grab this one. TARDIS. And we'll put the TARDIS. A little bit smaller. Okay. Now that I can see roughly the size, we're gonna make them a little smaller. Not too small, but I don't want that big box in the way. Okay. Now we're gonna grab the... We're going to grab the general shape of the TARDIS. I've never drawn this thing before, so Lord have mercy on me. No, it's a big old box. They made this box so fancy. What's your opinion on watermelon? I like watermelon. I think watermelon's good. It's really nice on like a hot summer day because, you know, it's got a shit ton of water in it. You know, it's the fruit that keeps you the most hydrated, I suppose. It's gonna be a little messy, but it's fine. It's supposed to be very small. If you think watermelons are good, what do you think of the economic state of Japan? I don't know how to answer that, Chez, because I don't think those two things are, like, very related. Unless you're talking about, like, the price of watermelons, maybe. They're very related. I don't know if I believe you. You know, they recently did an auction with a lot of the original Doctor Who props and sets, and they straight up had a TARDIS in the auction, and it was going for like $20,000. When I tell you, I wanted that TARDIS so bad, and I was contemplating bankruptcy for like 2 seconds, I mean it. I wanted it so bad. It'd be so funny to have a TARDIS just straight up sitting in the house, and anytime someone walks in, just like, what the fuck is that? And it's just like, oh, don't worry, it's our time travel device. You know? TARDIS. Alright, so we're actually gonna do this a little differently than what we did with our D&D one. I'm going to... Oops. Make a different layer. Color the TARDIS. And for this one... This one's gonna get a little timey-wimey. How does one get into Doctor Who? Start with the 9th Doctor. That's like the quote-unquote new Doctor Who for more modern audiences. Unless you want to start with the 1st Doctor all the way back when it was like black and white. Up to you. I would recommend starting with the 9th Doctor and working your way from there. Also, fair warning. This is in like the early to mid 2000s, so there's a shit ton of bloom in the first like season or two. Like the bloom effect, they decided to abuse it for no reason. So it is hella bright for no reason for the first like season or two. It's crazy. I don't know why they decided to use the bloom. They were just like, we have this, we're gonna use it. It's crazy. But yeah, just fair warning on that. Lots of bloom. Okay, we're gonna grab the colors from... Actually, do I still have this background? I know I made this. But yeah, honestly, with that, I would just say just at some point just find yourself some time to sit down and draw. Or not draw, sit down and watch. That's really it. Hello, some strange stone. Welcome to the stream. We're working on some Artfight character profile borders. Actually, I'm so silly. I should just do that and then... Okay. And I'm going to go in with my... Where is it? Where art thou? Where's my starry brush? You gotta be here somewhere. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna look at a reference really quick because I want to sneak in some Gallifreyan in here. Lord, this is gonna make me regret wanting to do this, actually. Holy cow. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new layer. This is gonna be a little... We're gonna see how this looks. Do I want it to come down? Come down the side, maybe? Oops. And then... I think that'd be pretty cute, yeah. So we'll do... Alright, and now I pray. Now I pray, because this is gonna... this is gonna suck. Okay, hold on. How do I do this in a clean way? Maybe I just find something that doesn't pixelate when I send it in. We'll see how this does. Very nice, very nice. Let's color the TARDIS. Oh yay, there's an official TARDIS blue. Just what I need. Yeah, Doctor Who's a really good show. The only thing is that you have to, like, pay attention. You can't really put it on in the background unless you, I don't know, are built different, I guess. Just because there's so many, like, little things, you know? Powders! Why are you selecting the blood? Alright. This one just needs a few touches, nothing too crazy. Right. There we go. It's a little naked in the upper corner. Just a wee bit naked. Do I want to add a little Dalek? Don't want to go through the effort of drawing a Dalek. Let me look at you little shits. Let me see. What do you look like again? No, I don't want to draw a Dalek. Instead, let's keep it simple. There we go. I definitely like the little transition in this one. It's very nice. Alright, I'm gonna see how this looks really quick. Going into my folders. Oh, it's so cute. Once again, Bunny is thrown off with how this shit works. Artfight, why do you have to make this confusing? No! No, Artfight! Wrong one, Artfight! There we go. Alright. Now, do I have an idea for these other yahoos? Not really. Especially because they're so very different. Because the OCs that I have that are like separate is of course Infinity. She's her own thing. Megan's her own thing. Mori's her own thing. So do I just make them their own individualized borders? Instead of just making a general OC border? Because I just don't know what I would do for a general OC border. Like, I thought about, like, maybe, like, doing, like, a cute little book with, like, quill and ink and stuff. But I don't want it to come off as if they're, like, OCs for, like, books. You know what I mean? I might have to make them their own, like, personalized borders, huh? maybe. That might be what I have to do. Oh no, my pocket! My pocket is broken! Let me see if I can think. What do I want to do? Yeah, I think I'll have to just make them their own individualized ones. I think that's the route we're gonna have to go. We'll start off with Infinity since I have her little thingy in here already. Probably sketch her out and then call it a stream because I'm getting a little hungry again and I need some dinner. Girl dinner! It's probably gonna be a girl dinner, I'm not gonna lie. Girl dinner! Alright, let's see. So what would be a real cute border for Infinity? She's got a lot of themes to her. I think I'll have to do like a really rough sketch of this just so I can get my... I think maybe... Actually draw this properly. Maybe a little rocket ship in the corner. Let me think. Well, obviously some more dice. Maybe a D20. We'll fix that D20 in a second. I'm just jotting down ideas right now. Think, 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 think. Think, funny, think. Think, think, think. Well, honestly, she's probably gonna have to have a space border like the Doctor Who one, actually, now that I think about it. Because her whole thing has to do with space and, like, the multiverses, so let's grab some space stuff. Let's do that first, actually. My pen is falling apart. Hold on, I have to send a picture to my... Oh my goodness. Hold on. Folks, I'm if y'all are in the Discord, I need someone to take a look at this. Cause like, this is fucking ridiculous. It just, the little bit of the sleeve that was on the it fell off. It came off. Oh my gosh, there's no cushion on the end of my tablet pen. What the fuck, bro? It gave up on me. Ches, it's usable, but it's not ergonomic, because there's no cushion. So, this is just gonna hurt my hands more. You know? The cushion's there to keep it comfortable for a long period of time. But I'm in dismay. How could this happen? Shit, what do I do? Wrap a cloth around it, maybe? Possibly. made a little space border for Infinity, because I just feel like this just fits her, because her whole thing is literally in space in the multiverse. Alright, so I know I want some dice for her, because she is a gamer. I'll probably include, like, a little magic card here and there. Yeah. Yeah! Do I just yoink the dice from the D&D border? I think that's probably the play. Hold on, we'll duplicate this. There we go. Okay. Let's get rid of all this other stuff. Oops. We just want the dice. Then we're going to reduce the size of this one, because this one's going to join its friends. Because we don't want the dice as the main focal point. So I'll put the D20 over here. There we go. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Actually, should be a little. Actually, hold on. I have cards all around me. You can just look at this. I have actually such a funny solution. Y'all couldn't see what I just did, but I just took one of my card game cards, I put it on top of my tablet, and I just matched it to the to the dimensions of the card on there. Okay. A card over here. Mm-hmm. It's slowly but surely coming together. See, Infinity's a little harder because she doesn't really have like a complete story she comes from. I have the beginnings of one. But also, I've also themed her after like the card games and board games that I really like. That's why she's got these little shoulder pad thingies that have dice in them and then she go jingle jingle jingle. But I think we're getting somewhere. So I'll take out this card because I need to convert the other one into like the actual finished card, and then I can copy paste it and move it around. But I think Infinity's border has a concept behind it. Yeah. And what time is it? 6:39? 6:40? I am getting pretty hungry. I think I'll end stream here for the night. I'm getting a little hungry. I think it's dinner time. And then I gotta walk the dog. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for this little chill stream, making some more Artfight borders to settle in for Artfight in, like, what, 3 weeks? Yeah, almost 3 weeks, folks. So there's that. So for those of you who are newer, keep an eye out for the borders. Once I finish these up, I will be putting them on my Ko-fi. I have a link in the description below. You can set yourself to get notified for whenever I post something on there. But they will be for free and available for everyone to download if you guys want to use it on your characters. I do also have some other Artfight stuff available for download for free that you can use to decorate your page if you wanted to. So you can check that out as well. That is already available. I made it last year for a chat goal that we made during stream last Artfight. And then if you guys haven't seen my newest video, don't forget to check that out. That it has been uploaded. It is available to watch now. It's a bit of a long video, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot to cover, but you can always put it on as background noise. Yeah, I think that's about it. Next stream should be a Twitch stream because it is Saturday. So on Wednesday is going to be our Twitch stream. We're going to play some more Indivisible. There might be an extra art stream depending on if I have more stuff to work on. But I'm super excited for when they finally reveal the team reveal. There's gonna be a stream for that. I don't know if I want to stream it live so we can all see the reveal together. But I'm figuring out the details on that. But yeah, aside from that, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you guys eat some good food, stay hydrated, and get some good sleep. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye!